Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the Devious Dungeon on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries. And in this episode, I thought we were actually going to be opening up with a boss, but apparently not.
Well, I mean, we were stuck on the same checkpoint for like 10 minutes, so I mean, with it's
so apparently it's a 455 that's the next boss, not 50. Which means we should get to the next boss during this part. These levels do get increasingly longer as it goes on because the platform layout gets a bit more tricky and much more precise. But you don't get punished for missing platforms, thankfully, unless there's a spike pit below. But even then, a spike pit is 1 point of damage. It's not really that big a deal.
Yeah, because we just got our 107th health bar during the last part when we level up to 18 for reasons like we find a treasure. Where did it go? Stupid organ man.
Ah, touch damage for 20 points.
You'll put your eye out with that thing, son.
No, he's gonna try and put my eye out with it.
There's the treasure. I thought there was treasure down here. Because this game remembers where the objects are, and I respect it for that.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we have the key, so let us go into the door after we do some more looting.
Coins.
Alright, there we go. 51. You know, with our Devious Dungeon Barbarian kinda looks like Dark Crusader. I mean, he doesn't have the greatsword that Dark Crusader has got, but the helm specifically reminds me of the artwork for Dark Crusader.
You mean the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Crusader?
Yeah.
He does. That well, I mean, he doesn't have any red wig hair from those.
True, but most of the red on Dark Crusader was on his cape, and we don't have a cape either. Damn. Maybe I'm just seeing things because I've been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2008. I fucking love my burn deck.
This is how you feel the breeze through your knees. Whoosh.
Another Olaf's Cavern.
Give me the checkpoint.
Caravan.
Give it to me now. I will give you money.
We're up to the Ring of Might. And a full heal. So we have 110 maximum HP. Woo. Aha! Here we are! The boss of 452, the Stone Golem. Ow! And he's got beholder shots as well. Other than the beholder shots, though, honestly, this fight's mostly a joke, especially because we have the katana now. I do like the amount of screen shake that they have for this fight, though, because it's supposed to emphasize just how much raw power are in those blows, despite the fact that they only hit me for like 18 points.
Yeah, just keep getting those quick strikes, and then, yep, he's going into his punching cycle. It's like Embryo from... This guy is like a combination of Embryo from Crash Bandicoot and the third boss from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I'm sorry, Sonic and Knuckles. The mini boss, not the main boss.
Yay! We have successfully slain the Stone Golem. All right, so there's only one major boss left.
My God, we've come so far in the name of Jesus.
Or at least in the name of the Holy Crusades.
Yes. Now we must teach these pirate fools that they must respect the G-Man once and for all. Oh yeah.
All right, so here's our final enemy type, the upgraded gladiators.
Dr. Salvador.
They are very, very large, and that's about all you need to know about them.
Large and in charge.
They're not actually all that much in charge, but
He's in charge right there.
they've got the same. They've got the same. They've got the same barbarian axe swing that the normal executioners had, and because of their large models, you're probably going to take a bunch of touch damage from them.
Yeah, but they go on.
And we also have archmages now. My bad. I thought it was just going to be the upgraded executioners, but no, we also get archmages.
Well, the theme I'm noticing is that these enemies are prone to taking a lunch break after they do their attack, so all you have to do is just bait out the attack, except unless they're so goddamn slow that you can just kill them beforehand. But if you have to wait till afterwards...
No, they're gonna get first strike on you.
Well,
they're coded to do their attack the moment you get in range. So.
Yeah. The executioner, but decidedly not the archmage. The archmage.
Yeah, the archmage has to actually channel his spell.
Boo, blah.
More treasure.
Damn secret rooms. I keep forgetting that the secret rooms are here. That is one phenomenon I have to give this game, is that just the fact that it has hidden rooms will continue to vex players regardless of how awesome they think they are.
Or at least it continues to vex you.
I just don't think about that. I just assume that what is in front of me is all there is.
Well, here's the thing. You do need to know that secret rooms are a thing, especially later on, because secret rooms are how you get a majority of your experience during the later levels.
Yeah.
Because combat doesn't give you nearly as much experience as it was before.
Oh, no.
So... oh yes, here we have what is hopefully our final enemy type. I don't really remember anymore. God damn it.
Capper Demon.
No, not the Capper Demon. This is the Minotaur, who is an upgraded version of the Revenant Knight.
Yeah, I don't think he's that big a deal.
He's not, because the Revenant Knight was also not that big of a deal. It's just that we didn't have the damage output in order to take him down. Now we do. So. The hidden room entrance is on the other side. God damn it.
Dun, 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 dun. But Gerdad must be sure that it's actually not on this side, because they're trying to.
I must be sure. Check every wall.
It's on the other side.
It's on the other side.
But we did that by powers of logical deduction and not assumption. Nice.
So, would you be willing to go back into doing Yu-Gi-Oh exploration, doing Yu-Gi-Oh stuff on the channel?
Well, I mean, if we could find a format on which we can play, that's probably the main thing right there. Is that a game must be played in order to be playable and recordable.
Right. I mean, Dueling Buck is actually working on my machine again, and there is a new dueling sim coming out later this year. Just not an official one, of course, because Konami has straight up given up trying to support Yu-Gi-Oh through video games, with the exception of Duel Links.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, I'll ask you what I think was the question I asked you the last time you asked me if I want to go back to Yu-Gi-Oh. Is Yubel playable yet?
No.
Damn it.
Yubel is never going to be playable until she gets some significant legacy support, and by significant legacy support, I mean they'd have to give her a full retrain, and they're not liable to do that until they start realizing that GX was actually the best of the animated series.
I don't think she needs a retrain. Like,
dude, she definitely needs a retrain.
See, like, I still think that if they could figure out like a Nightmare Archfiends type situation where you get your opponent is forced to attack with 3 high attack power creatures at you because you gave them to them, that, yeah, you could just make your opponent kill himself.
Well, that's what Nightmare Archfiends is technically for. Nightmare Archfiends final attack orders.
Yeah. But that's an old combination. Now I want to see if that combination has been supported.
Oh fuck no!
Damn it!
Matter of fact, if you play if you successfully resolve Nightmare Archfiends, you forfeited the game.
Maybe. Well, that's,
No, it's not a
that's
maybe.
because
Your opponent will use your opponent will use those Nightmare Archfiends because they're like level 6 monsters or some shit to go into a Link monster, and then you've just given your opponent 2 Link monsters for free.
Yeah, but that's the game's fault by making the emphasis on, okay, how can I complete this 2-turn routine, this 2-point routine of point 1 whiteboard type. Point 1 whiteboard. Point 2 fuck it up again.
I wish Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't a 2-turn format.
See, I almost clicked on a video the other day that said, like, how can I outsmart this game with these impossible rulings?
I, for the record, actually did watch that, and what he was doing, he was testing out the rulings scripting for the new sim that's coming out this year.
Oh, so he's not trying to outsmart like a human judge. He's trying to outsmart an AI-driven judge thingy.
Yeah,
I see.
He's testing out the simulator and how it's doing its rulings.
So that is actually even worse than I left Yu-Gi-Oh, because now they've gone from trying to outsmart human players to outsmarting AI intelligence systems.
It's not even AI intelligence systems. It's specifically the scripting for how these cards are supposed to resolve and what effects go in order when they activate, all that kind of stuff. It's honestly the base fundamentals of the game, but taken to such an extreme that there's a lot of contradictory shit going on.
Of course,
you know, the same thing that Yu-Gi-Oh always had pretty much since the start of well, not 5Ds. When 5D starts off, it is actually relatively simple. I want to say once we get about halfway through 5Ds is when power creep and rulings start to get significantly more complicated.
Yeah, and to think that after all this time, that people are still finding unfortunate interactions with the card pole position.
Well, the pole position is always going to have unfortunate interactions
because it's a poorly designed card.
It's
a poorly designed card, is what it is. Because I believe the classic example is with a legendary Ocean and Fisherman, making it so that he would have like 2,350 attack. No, that he would have 2,050 attack and 1,850 attack at the same time, because the game can't tell. The game can't tell how powerful he is because of state-based actions.
Well, actually, let me see. Pole position makes it so that he's unaffected by spell and trap cards. But while Legendary Ocean is on the field, he's unaffected by spell and trap cards. That one's fine.
No. The interaction is a Legendary Ocean is a field spell. Pole position gives the creature on the board with the highest attack immunity from spell effects. However, if it's the spell effect that's making him that powerful.
Yeah, that is the equip spell dilemma that pole position always ends up in. It's not Legendary Ocean that causes that.
Okay, it's one
Legendary Ocean.
Yeah.
Legendary Fisherman specifically doesn't actually end up with that problem with pole position because it's already immune to Legendary Ocean and equip spells.
Yeah, and so a better example would show that unfortunate interaction that. Because the game flip-flops back and forth until no progress can be made, and they actually ruled that it is illegal to put the game into that kind of state, because you literally cannot proceed because the game is constantly trying to resolve a series of events that just simply can't resolve correctly.
Yeah, one of the big one, of course, that I can think of right off the bat is Axe of Despair, Giant Germ, and Giant Rat. If you've got Axe of Despair equipped on Giant Germ with pole position and your opponent summons Giant Rat, there's an infinite loop.
Forever.
So your opponent can't actually summon Giant Rat.
Oh, of course, that's right. Because again, it just, oh boy. Well, so I suppose the point that we're arriving at is Yu-Gi-Oh is still a pretty dumb game, and that if we do go back to exploring it, well, we're gonna be spending a little time scratching our heads of what is it about this game that I enjoy.
To be perfectly honest, I have always enjoyed the burn archetypes in Yu-Gi-Oh. Like burn soul control archetypes. Those have always been my big jam.
Sweet.
Hey, this one actually had 2 different hidden rooms. Woohoo!
And I think, well, I mean, as I had mentioned before, that Yubel is still my favorite. Is one of my favorite like deck concepts in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a creature that gets more powerful as you try to kill it. But of course, being the irony that having a creature on the board would actually demotivate your opponents from trying to kill it. Unless they could finish the whole sequence, because that's what I observed in real-time gameplay, is that they won't even make a move on Yubel until they know that they have an answer for the first one, the second one, and the third one all in the same turn, and then they rush into me for game.
Or you can do what I've been doing with my burn deck and just run share the pain, which immediately just shuts out Yubel in its entirety.
Yes, share the pain.
Alright, and in the next episode, we are going to be finally finishing off Devious Dungeon. Be safe, everybody.